Okay, good evening. It is Sunday, and you have tuned in to Lovin' the Skin I'm In. I'm Donovan Sadiq. I am your host, and I'm joined by Miss Deja.
Hello.
And, of course, our lovely Tay the Wild Wilder.
Lord, y'all got me on this thing.
I've been tricked and bamboozled.
Now, Tay, I'm going to have to apologize because I know tonight is Game of Thrones.
Yes, it is.
And-
I already watched it. I watched it 6 p.m.
Okay, did you set your DVR?
Please don't give any spoilers.
Well, I don't
No
watch Game of Thrones.
spoilers.
But
I will say
man.
that it was good.
it was good?
It was good.
Can't wait.
This
Can't
is
wait.
season what of Game of Thrones?
7.
Season
episode
7?
3.
Aren't they going to close it? Is it the last season?
No,
or is it
next season's the
next
last.
season.
Why would you want to do that?
Well, I don't
Episode's
follow. I
called
just heard the
Queen's
rumor.
Justice, and
Ooh, that
rightfully
sounds
so.
Oh, wow. Okay. I mean, any spoilers you want to tell us about?
Nope, I'm not going to do
No?
it.
No?
Hopefully
Wait,
not.
who's your favorite character on the show?
Arya Stark, that's what my cat's name is.
Arya Stark, right? All right.
That's my girl.
I like
wait,
Arya. I like Khaleesi.
Khaleesi?
Break
Okay.
her chains.
Yeah.
Okay, so let
She's
me
a dragon.
so let me ask you guys this. You guys follow Game of Thrones.
Yes.
Do you guys watch The Real Housewives of Atlanta?
Hell
No.
no.
Why is that?
That's trash.
Too much negativity.
It is. It's entirely
It doesn't
too much
have
trash.
anything to do with building black people up. I ain't watch it.
Not even building black people. Not
It
just
tear
women.
da- just tear
Ugh.
people down.
It
Like,
just-
can't do it.
all of them little Real Housewives. I just so happened to watch Bravo, and I didn't know that they've expanded to like the Real Housewives of Potomac.
Yeah, Potomac, and that's a
then
ratchet
now
show
Real
too.
Housewives of Dallas, and I
Right.
was like,
I don't want to watch
y'all
it.
out here catfighting and all this.
Okay, so wait, let me ask you guys this. And you guys are women and you're mothers and everything like this. And these women are on this show. And wait, let me ask you this other question. Do you guys basketball wives?
No,
Okay, I have a question for you.
I don't do reality.
Why is
Neither
it that
do I.
you do not follow? Okay, let me ask you this. Do you follow Power?
No.
Empire?
Okay,
I do watch Power.
I watched both the first. I watched Power the first season, Empire the first season. It was too much. They
Okay.
did,
Yeah, it
it's
started-
too much.
Right.
I
Okay.
fell off Empire.
Okay. Well, Miss Deja, let me ask you just in general. Why don't you follow the Real Wives of Housewives? These ones that you say is really
It
bad.
doesn't have anything to contribute to our community. It just tears down, I think, black images, but something that I'm so positive of giving towards doing positive black images.
Okay.
They already running to us about negative. Oh, look, she's a thug. Oh, look, she a hoe.
She ratchet.
Yeah,
She
she
angry.
ratchet and doing that. But it's just perception. So
Perception.
if people start thinking of you as ratchet and thug and stuff like that, it desensitizes.
Right.
So if you do happen to get shot or anything, somebody, oh, that was just another thug, they wouldn't think twice
Right.
about
It's
it.
like
opposed to-
stomping on ropes.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
So, Tay, what is your take on that in general?
I'm not a big fan of anything that people like the love and hip hops.
Yeah,
and all
I
that
don't
stuff.
watch that.
I tried. Oh Lord knows I done tried. It was just too much. It's entirely too much.
Okay, but
It's
describe.
so much of this hood rat ghetto. Let's be loud. Let's fight. Let's scream and yell and cuss at each other in public. All that kind of stuff. I ain't got time for all that. You want to be not niggerish? Then feel free. I don't
But-
need to.
But okay, so
I don't need that for entertainment. is what
okay,
I'm saying.
but okay, so is the problem the media or is the problem these people that are willing to take those
Both.
jobs?
Both. If
It's-
you're willing to lower yourself like that for a check, then I mean, I look at it as this. People are going to see. People have these on DVDs. They subscribe on iTunes. It goes on YouTube. All this stuff that you're putting yourself out here acting like a dumb fool on the media. Just like with Mimi and the shower rod. I heard on so many blogs about this shower rod, and I'm like, you making a sex tape that your children are going to see this.
Right.
Your kids are going to see this. Is this how you want your kids to see you in 10 years or think that's funny and or cute? That's not cute. I just don't find it entertaining. But I know my girlfriends watch religiously. I don't have time. There's other stuff on Turner Classic Movies that I could be watching. And y'all know I watch Turner Classic Movies like it's regular TV.
Right. So what's your take on that, Miss Deja?
Just don't want to watch that kind of stuff. I think like your eyes are like your window to your soul. So if you're going to watch stuff like that, you're inviting stuff like that into your soul for it to reflect upon you.
Okay.
So I don't like to watch that kind of stuff because I don't want to become that kind of
It's
stuff.
not an accurate depiction of black women.
It's
you know.
not an accurate depiction of me in my world.
But have you guys noticed that the media in general, everything about black women have been like negative. You guys are
And
over
that's why-
sexualized. Your daughter runs track and field, correct?
Yes, she does.
And she's very good at it. The girl was smoking some of what she did, the 440.
Yeah.
It seems
400s.
the 400. It seemed like
No, she did the 100s, the 200s, long jump, and she's going to get me if I get this wrong. See, you put me on the spot.
I had to put you on the spot.
100s, 200s, long jump,
Relay.
and a 4x1.
The 4x1 relays.
Yeah.
Right. Now, I was watching one of those races, and it seems like she stood still as the gun went off. Everybody took off, and they were like halfway across the track.
And then
she just started running and just smoked him at the end.
Focus.
And just focused it.
Focus.
But so if you watch track, there was a African girl
Oh, jeez.
who was doing the jump,
The long
and
jump. I seen that.
her weave fell off or whatever it was.
Come
so,
on now. If you're
but
gonna do
but
that, you know how to-
but you know what I'm saying. As somebody who you follow track, your daughter's in track. Why would you do that in a competitive sport to where? And you know when you do the jump, wherever you fall back farthest.
But you know what? A lot of the girls that I've seen in track, even looking at the Olympics, they used to, back in the day, used to have a little bit of a ponytail, have a cute little ponytail, have a little swing to go with. I don't know. I don't like stuff attached to my head, so I can't do that.
Well, but isn't having short hair the perfect
No.
hairstyle for track and field?
Yes and no. You can pull your hair back in a
Right.
ponytail. It's
Sure.
just about a
And not
matter of
everybody,
resistance.
yeah,
air
and,
resistance.
yeah,
so.
and not everybody's going to be Florence Griffith Joyner and all that other stuff like
Oh,
that.
man. Flo with them
Flo
nails.
gel nails, and then
Love
she's got the
Flo Jo.
tights on.
Half leg showing, half leg not.
Right, giving the little, sexual.
Nobody has style like Flo Jo does.
yes.
So when your daughter's running track, I mean, positive imagery in sports. That's also another thing too. The WNBA.
I think positive imagery starts at home.
Yes,
in
it
my
does.
opinion. If you set
she's
the
stepping right
example,
now.
Then if it starts at home, then why are so many of these young ladies have such low self-esteem?
because of parents.
Because we know the fathers aren't there, so we can't blame the fathers.
Well, not necessarily, because I know lots of girls
sometimes-
that come from
No.
different
Have the
households.
father
You
not
don't-
being
you don't
there
blame-
is a partial.
Yes,
yeah.
but why is that always just the woman's
But
fault?
I know
Because she's
the-
the main one raising them.
Well, if the man put himself in that position to get taken away, you can't always put that on the woman.
No,
Don't do that.
I didn't say we're always going to
do
put
that.
it on the woman. What I'm saying is,
Okay,
whoever's raising them has the primary
I know a
thing
girl,
of
20 in
Heather.
her mid-20s,
Okay.
2-parent household, still out there acting a damn donkey on the gram, on the snaps,
Okay.
on the Facebooks. She out there acting a damn showing all of her entire ass on the literally.
Why
and
is that?
I think it's one, a need for acceptance. It's a need for attention, and she doesn't understand her worth because I mean I'm 39.
Okay.
I've
40.
never felt the need, even in my 20s, to be out there, like showing my whole naked ass. All I can think about is my mama gonna kill me.
Right.
If this boomerangs back. 'Cause, every boomerangs back. So, and I mean now, because when we were growing up, we had 35 millimeter cameras.
Right.
So
Yeah,
we
the
didn't have all
disc,
the social.
yeah.
We didn't have social media, so it was all about somebody took a picture, get it developed, and
Right, there
you
it
just
is.
so happen to be in the background. But now with everything just here at the palm of your hands, and everything is so instantaneous, that the idea that these girls are out here doing this, that, and the other, and then when it gets out, they're like, oh my god,
how we could?
but you put yourself in that situation to begin with.
Begin with.
So to know better is to do better. And that's why when I see these girls, especially because I know I have a lot of cousins that are younger, and they're out here doing the absolute most for likes and favorites and retweets. And it's not even like that. Because one, you'll never get a job. And I don't think people understand that. Because
They do look at that.
social media will come back to haunt you in the worst way possible.
Exactly.
Because most employers nowadays, private, personal, whatever, they do Google you.
Yeah, they look at your
So
social media.
even if you go under an alias, all it takes is some moron, and I mean, I've seen it.
He even got face recognition, so you can't even get away with that.
Yeah, I mean, we've had a girl that was not too bright, but she used one email address for everything. but her Facebook and all this other stuff was an alias. Well, guess what? You Google you drop that email address. Now you're bringing up all that social media, and now you're sitting here clicking away because one, people don't use their privacy settings accordingly,
right?
And especially because this person, I know everything that she does is public. You'll never get it. You'll never be employable that way. And what man would want a woman that puts herself out there like that?
True. Now, I've noticed that both of you ladies have very drastic hairstyles.
I switch mine up.
Yeah, no, you switch it up all the time. Yeah, and it looks good.
No, it's cute.
Yeah,
no.
And
I switch it up all the time.
And it looks really great. It looks very, very Afrocentric. I mean, I like the braids. I like the color in it. It looks really good.
Thank you.
And you're, older woman, and I
like to change.
Yeah, you like to change. Now, Tay, you have your natural short hair, which is really good, and you guys are both beautiful women. Why is it that these young girls think that they have to put? And there's nothing wrong with weave. I don't like it.
I used to do it.
Right. I don't like it personally.
I used to have my little drawstring.
Sure.
I've tried the braid. I've tried a lot of different, and just realized that in the big scheme of things, what works for me is my hair. Just my hair.
Okay, so let me ask you this, Anastasia.
I like to switch mine up constantly.
So, but here's my question. Why did you pick that hairstyle like that
this
today?
time? It depends on me too. The season.
Okay.
Like it's hot.
It's
I'm not gonna want to wear a weave.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not gonna want to wear a weave with something sitting. It's like something
your hair hat
extra
sitting on your hair
on
hat.
my head during the summer.
It's called a hair hat.
I don't want to do that. So right now, I'm sporting the braids.
Now, I mean, how long did it take to style that?
3 hours.
3 hours.
And not having to have to wake up and go do my hair every day. It's like, oh,
yeah, you have that patch thing going on.
Wake up! I'm ready. Come on, let's go. Wake up!
Yes, romantic call.
Let's go. Yeah, I'm ready too.
Oh yeah,
I'm ready too. Oh, you leaving? Oh,
yeah,
I'm leaving too. Come on.
Right.
Let's wake up.
So it took 3 hours. Did you go to a beautician or did you done by?
Most of the time, I do my own hair.
Really?
95% of the time I do my own hair.
What you have to realize is majority of the black women that switch their hair up, either one know how to do it or got a friend or cousin.
And then the second one is either, I would say 90%. 90% of the time I do my own hair. The other half, this is the first, a couple of times, my sister Didi, she did my hair. She did this, and I may well weave. Most of the times, I braid my own hair up. I taught the track star. She knows how to weave it up, too.
Okay.
Yeah, she knows how to do weaves, too.
Okay.
Or my other cousin, she may do it.
So let me ask you this as a mom. I'm not going to ask you. Yeah, I'm not going to ask you because you have boys. But I'm going to ask you because you have daughters.
Yeah.
Do you teach them? Did you teach them when they were growing up? Did you do their hair as well and kind of teach them how to, Yes,
I do. I taught them how to do their own hair, and my oldest daughter, she knows how, her hair is like this too, but she knows how to braid her own hair too.
Right.
It's another source of income. It's a trade.
Right.
A hustle. It's something that's extra.
Remember, I'm the oldest, so I have sisters, so I have sisters
too. Yeah. So it's a trade. I think every woman should have a trade that, that they know how to do. Hair, working with hair, it's right there. Everybody wants to get their hair done. Everyone wants to feel nice.
Even when I was deployed, being all of sisters know how to do hair.
Right.
You always had someone that could braid you up or
twist you up, flat iron you.
I could flat iron the hell out of somebody's hair.
Now, ladies. Now, Anastasia, when you do your hair, does it give you a sense of confidence?
Whenever your hair is done, you always feel confident.
You always feel so
you feel good.
You feel better when your hair is done and not to say it like that, and your eyebrows are done.
Sure.
Yeah.
Just
your nails are done and your toes.
Yeah. I can't really do my nails.
I just got my toes done. Just got my nails did.
Right,
I can't really do that.
So now you feel like $1 million.
Well, yeah.
I feel like $1 million.
I tried to keep mine painted, but I didn't do that. I work on cars too.
Yes,
so.
and tell us about that, working on cars. Who taught you to get interested in cars?
It's 3 things, I think, for you to work on cars. It's 1, either you're going to pay somebody to do it. 2, it could get you do a favor to have somebody do it for you. Or 3, you're going to pay somebody to do it.
Okay.
So either you're going to do it or learn how to do it yourself. I prefer to learn how to do it myself.
Right. So, right. So, did you go to RCC and take any automotive courses, or you like
YouTube? YouTube.
YouTube.
And I have some mechanic friends that
mechanic friends.
that teach whatever, and I taught my kids how to work on cars. My son taught him how to work on brakes,
Right.
because his father wasn't there, so I taught him how to work on brakes. But his dad did teach me how to do something.
His dad had
so
mechanical.
I had to sit over there. Oh, Camille, come help me. Dang, why I gotta help you fix this if you ain't in here helping me braid hair? But
Right.
it was there for a reason.
Now,
So
baller over there, even though she got friends that do that, she's gonna pay because she got it like that. So
I do
don't
a
mess
lot
up.
of my own car stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I helped it. I did the install on my CarPlay. I did my lower control arms on my car.
And also remember, everybody, Tay was in the military, so that
she's not. Like,
No, I mean, I have a lot of male cousins.
Right.
So if it wasn't, I was the only girl for a long time until my sister came. So I had no choice.
Right.
So my dad, he wanted me to be self-sufficient.
You don't need no man.
No,
it's not about needing a man.
No, I'm talking about speaking as a father. You don't need no man. All you need is your daddy. Go ahead.
No, my dad never said that.
No, you don't need that. Don't need that either.
Love your daddy.
But if I'm stranded on the side of the road,
Right, you want to be able to get that spare tire.
That's what.
Even though I will call AAA with a quickness.
Me
but
too.
If
I have AAA still too.
But I can still change a tire if need be.
Big question for you guys. Tay, you could break this up real quick first. Why is it that aspiring to be a stripper for these young girls is a first option versus maybe going to school, maybe getting a job somewhere? Because you guys work and you were young, you guys are still young. I'm saying you guys were you guys went through your 18s and 20s and all that other stuff too. So
Yeah. Okay. I actually just had this conversation with somebody. Okay. The whole thing about being a stripper, I was never really a fan. Okay? Because I thought it was something sleazy, something trashy. To each his own.
Yeah, we're not here to judge, but
I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence about it now.
Really?
I'm kind of on the fence about it.
She's got sons.
Go
ahead.
No,
I'm checking.
no, I do have boys, and I'm trying not to put too much of my business.
Well, don't put nothing. No, don't put your business up there. I mean,
okay,
I got you.
But
okay. So I have frequented many a strip club in my day.
Sure, you were in the military, of course. You hang with the
it's
boys.
Commonplace.
Yeah, it's commonplace.
Go with the boys. We go.
You go. Do your thing.
But and I have friends that are strippers. I do.
So do I.
And I mean,
are you guys going to leave their number here before we go? I might want to interview them.
I seen that tweet that you left. I was going to leave that alone.
Yeah.
But I mean, I actually had this whole thing about it, and I know probably I'm going to catch hell for this, but I am. I think for someone to just put out their entire naked body.
Yes.
I mean, flaws and all, out for
the world to see.
The world
for free.
to see, and then to make money off of that. I'm not mad. I'm really not.
I can see that point.
Well,
I can see that point.
My personal choice.
What you would do.
If someone's out there doing it and they're holding themselves, they're not, out, in the back room, having sex for money and all this other fun stuff. If you're out there doing whatever you have to, making your money, spending it, because if you haven't seen it, a lot of strippers, it's a very
worked out.
Yeah,
it's a vigorous workout. That is not.
I did that whole pole aerobics thing.
Aerobics thing, yeah.
Man, damn, that's some work.
Okay,
that's work.
But there's like
It's
God,
a lot
I'm
of work.
telling on myself now.
It's work.
There's
Tay's secret name is Red Bone.
Even that.
But I've been to like Miss Nude World, and I've been to like the Stripper Olympics and all this stuff.
Sure.
And it's
the military teaches a lot.
It's the military opens you up to a whole bunch of stuff. And they're very athletic. And there's some women that are they're not trashy, but it's the ones where you're down at Fort Valley and you have to go down 2 mile marker posts, go down that dirt road. It's them hooches and stuff back there. Yeah,
they're all tatted up and
C-section scars and they're still breastfeeding. I got a problem with that.
Right.
But if you're doing it in a way that where you're promoting your brand and you're making money off of your brand and your brand is your body, have at it, girl. I can't sit up here and knock you. I mean, as long as you're not taking it to like the host status, then we're fine.
Okay, well, you have daughters, so what is your take on that? To why girls are aspiring to be strippers versus
I'm
whatever?
just like what Tay said. I'm not against it.
Right.
I wouldn't want that for my kids. I wouldn't do that. But I'm not going to knock them for them doing them. Long as they're that's their business and that's their brand, and they go on about it in a business type of way, then hey, do you, boo? More power to you. But I don't want to knock somebody for them doing what they do good, and it's strictly business. And
I have a girlfriend that
it's like a work
when
of art.
I first joined the military. We met at Benton's. It was after a football game at Houlihan Stadium, so I'm dating myself.
Okay.
And she ended up being a friend's. Her husband was a military guy, and he worked in the same squadron I did. Had no idea, and we was chit-chatting, whatever. 5 years later, she was a manager. She went from being a stripper
to the manager.
To having her own, managing company, and she was managing girls. And these girls were, they were football players. These girls were dancing for the Bucks.
It's called fighter trap. They get those guys in, drop. You hear stories of these sports players dropping $10,000 a night.
They were making 20, 30 grand off of a 2-girl, they would go dance and then leave. And I was like, good, and that's not including the money they were making.
Okay, well, good points, but I was trying to just get your opinion on it. But I want to get Deja's real quick. You have a daughter. If she came to you and said, "I'm going to college and I'm doing that," and she decided to make side money doing that, would that be a problem for you?
Yes, because she would that.
You said yes. You said yes. That she wanted to do that. Now you have sons, and he's decided to date a stripper. Oh, look at this! Look at this!
No, I would only because I know my son. I know my son, and I know how both of them are now. Just going off who they are right now.
Well, I'm going to say this.
I would be surprised if they did.
I'm going to say this. I'm going to have to disagree with you. I'm going to have to say this. You have 2 very handsome looking boys, and you've got girls out here. I will do anything for you, Daddy.
Oh God, I hope that. I can't stand them girls that smell like Van Dam.
Yeah, they just letting him play PlayStation all day. They're out there working for him, so he can have a good life. So that's a possibility. It could happen.
Yeah, but if there's girls that are actually about their business, like it's a business.
Keep it a business.
Keep it a business.
Yes.
If you keep it a business and not a lifestyle,
right? So, loving the skin I'm in. So, you're saying that that profession doesn't really dictate who they are as a person. You can still be positive about yourself.
To a certain extent.
Yeah.
Okay. To a certain extent.
Would they say don't make the money, don't let the money make you?
To a certain extent, yes.
Okay. Well, that's very interesting. Now, those stripper friends that you guys have, just please leave them before you leave. Leave me the numbers because I just want to interview them. Cook. So anyway, real quick, Miss Deja, you recently saw the movie, without giving away any spoilers, Girls Trip. What was your take on that, and do you recommend people to go see it, or maybe other ladies to go see it? Because I believe, from what I heard, it tells each girl has an individual, different personality that maybe people can identify with. Is that?
Yes. It gives different perspectives of how
relationships.
Relationships of how women endure, not just black women, but women
in
endure.
General.
And it's for black, it's for blacks, but it's also for women though too, because all women go through these.
Right. There was an episode in the show, and I heard about it, I haven't seen the movie yet, that she made the statement, we're going to get white woman drunk. What does that mean?
Man. White woman wasted. Man.
Yeah, white woman wasted. What kind of statement is that? What does that mean?
Throwing it back.
Yeah, okay. My white girlfriends know when we went to Panama City. Lord Jesus. That's a hard recovery.
I mean,
it's just going out and go have a good time. Have some drinks, go out and have a good time.
Okay.
That's a lot of drinks.
Okay, but white woman wasted. I mean, white women get wasted a little bit more so than...
Yeah, because they don't... I
no
have
filters.
A lane and I stay in it. They don't have a lane.
They just fall out.
It's
Jaeger,
it's Goldlager, it's
wow.
Bud Light, it's going. And I know that stereotype of white girls, but still, when you talk about getting white boy wasted or white girl wasted,
That's what they
reality
mean.
for
Well,
some.
it's mostly that too, and the fact that they say that white girls may do a lot of things that black girls don't.
Show won't.
You know what I'm
Really?
saying? So
Yeah, man.
I've always
that's
been.
just like
I can't party
that's
with-
just like how they say, oh, you know,
And it
the
is.
Becky and stuff like that. But it's just not that black girls don't do it.
And
It's just that stereotypes.
Right.
Hanging
so
out with
that's
my white
why
girlfriends
whatever.
is a completely different
Experience.
experience than hanging out with my black girlfriends.
You know, as a man, you know, and I have brothers. We were in the military, and they're like, "Oh, I don't date no sister. I don't date no sister because sisters being too hard on us, and oh, you know, they won't do this, and you know, I rather date the white girl because I don't have as much fuss." Mm-hmm. Now that's true to a certain extent, and I used to really defend because I don't really put a color to it. I say women are women. Now, in my experience, a sister. I've never dated a white woman, by the way.
Just go ahead and make sure you
yeah,
underline that.
because I have to say that to the people watching at home for the simple fact that when sisters see this video, and if I didn't say that, they would put me on a list as suspect.
No, you got
because I look like the type, right?
No,
So,
you got two black ass sons. I see.
right. So, but I've never had an opportunity to date a black one. But I used to tell the guys, I said, no, it's not that the sisters won't do what the white chicks will do or the wild white women will do. It's just that the sisters will make you earn it. And any woman pretty much would make you earn it. I mean, there are some that you get them at the right thing, but a sister most likely, in my experience, I have yet to experience a sister that won't do, if I'm acting right, if I'm acting stupid and dogging her out all the time, of course I'm not going to get, the dinner cooked. You know what I mean?
Yes. I said that to a certain point. I can't find myself. I don't want to be with somebody who I don't consider to be a man.
Okay.
In other words, not like a fuck boy or whatever like that.
Yeah.
You don't want to be submissive or doing stuff for a
Giving husband privileges to.
Right.
Yeah.
Wait, and let's talk about that. I've been hearing that a lot. What the hell is a fuckboy? What is that? Please.
I just said
Your
it.
cat is fat.
Yeah, she's fat.
She's freaking fat.
Yeah, she's a football now. Yeah, she used to be skinny, but she's a football. But she runs so cute. When she runs, she's cute.
Runs
She
like
runs
a little
Yeah,
fat kid.
yeah, she runs like a fat kid. Yeah, but what is a fuckboy? Just in general.
Anybody, all the men on Love and Hip Hop. Chris Brown.
Okay, I don't follow that, but
Somebody who doesn't want to stand up to their responsibilities, being the
Yeah.
head of the household.
women are
betraying-
still sleeping with
just,
them.
Oh,
just
yeah. There's
doing the
girls
role
that
as a
love
man that's supposed to be a man.
Okay.
A man is supposed to be. I have no problem following suit and being in my order to a person that's going to act like a man in the household. Now, you know I'm a strong woman,
Yes, Lord, yes.
I like to express what I think, but I
Yes.
need a strong man to be that man.
I'm
there
the
for me.
strongest man I know out there, and I
be
can't
with
deal with you.
I can't be with a weak guy.
Right,
Just
right.
you can't. You don't want to follow somebody that's weak.
But that's why I could never date you because we would be butting heads. So
You're dating somebody,
not
and
necessarily.
we're not butting heads.
necessarily.
Yeah.
But you're dating, and we got a good relationship.
No. I'm saying a strong man like me.
No,
I can
because
see that we would
strong
bump.
man-
We could
No,
bump
but
heads.
in that instance,
No,
I can
because
only speak for myself, but
you know your role.
yeah.
You
I
be
can
submissive.
I can take a step back. And be
Yeah, I
submissive.
know how to be
That's-
submissive.
Okay.
I don't have to butt heads.
Yeah.
Do you think that
have
black
to let
women are intimidating? I mean, that image that they give us, you guys are intimidating, argumentative. Blah, blah.
See, that's the
So stereotypical.
and it drives me crazy because we had the same argument when I was in the military, and I said, here's the thing. You tell me to assert myself. I assert myself. I'm a bitch.
Right.
You sit here and tell me that I'm supposed to be the leader, and if I make a firm decision, it's not.
You're a
agree
bitch.
With, then I'm a bitch, and I'm being argumentative. I'm not being argumentative if I'm standing in my corner, and my corner is correct.
Right.
If my logic is sound, I'm going to fight my corner. I know what hill I need to die on, and what hills I need to go ahead and let go. But you can't sit up here if a guy does it. He's just taking command.
Yeah,
if a girl does it, she's PMSing and she's
Yeah,
being a bitch.
yeah, she's on her.
And
yeah.
it's always that two-sided coin when it comes to females, especially when you have females that are coming up, militarily speaking in the ranks, or you have women in charge, or you have women, like they say. And I feel bad for women because. We can sit up here and we can do all these wonderful things, and we will still be typecast in these bitch roles when that's not even the case. Sometimes we can still be in charge and do our thing without being bitchy. And half the time we're not even being bitchy. It is how you interpret my tone to be. We all don't speak, with, little chimes and roses and, little songbirds. If I have to sit up here and, say it with my chest, you understand that I'm saying this and I have meaning behind it.
Right.
I'm not going to sit up here.
I mean what I say.
Hi, sir. Can you, would
Eric,
you mind, please? Excuse me.
Get down.
Please. I'm not going to be that diminutive little figure because you want me to be the little woman when I have my boots laced up and my stripes on.
Right. Gotcha.
And how do you want us to raise? Because I have sons too.
Yes.
How do you want us to raise our sons to be with somebody that's just quiet and mindful and timid and just like being scared?
My daddy
No, like you
raise
can't.
no punk.
Yeah, you can't. I can't raise my son like that.
Well, did you guys watch the last episode we had with Dee? And we were talking about why the black woman is stereotyped as angry black woman.
Yeah.
And we were saying how the black women are very violent. And that's what it's portrayed, like World Star will come out and be like, oh, look at the video, and you see these women fighting like pit bulls, little girls in school fighting like pit bulls and pulling the little girls' hair. Where are they learning that from? Why are, what's going on?
The media. Social media.
But shouldn't discipline start at home?
It always
does.
starts at home.
But it's also social media.
But the video that Dee put up and had shown was it. Some of the girls' mothers were right there as this fight was going down, and they weren't doing anything to stop it.
That's a lack of personal accountability and lack of home training. As we as black folks know, we always hear about home training. You always got to act like you got some home training, and I've been in some fights in my day, but it's only because I was provoked.
Okay.
And when I am provoked,
you plead the fifth.
Well, no, my daddy always said, somebody lay hands on you. Feel free.
Well, that's another thing I was going to say. I was going to say just like videos and like that with the parents and stuff like that, because your kid could keep on getting bullied and bullied and bullied and bullied. Like I tell my daughters and stuff like that, don't start no stuff, but you finish it.
Okay.
You don't start no stuff, but you finish it.
Well,
so you can't just get on the parents for certain things like that. The parents are there supposed to be for backup, or
my dad my mom used to tell me. And even my grandmother, do no harm, but take no shit.
Yeah.
Right. But here's what I'm saying. As an adult, there's a fight going down.
But I'm not going to condone my son sitting up there whooping on someone. I'm not going to do that.
And that's what I'm saying. Some of the people that were in the video, they were the mothers that were there.
No, I'm not going to do that.
And they jumped this little girl.
No.
And it was the dark-skinned girls, as we know, that always jump, not always, but in this scenario, they jumped on the light-skinned girl, and the parents are there.
No, that's not cute.
And,
I don't like that.
And, okay, put it like this, we're all parents here. If my son, be it right or wrong, I tell you to defend yourself, but, these people jumped in, and the parents did not do anything to stop it. The mothers did nothing. As a matter of fact, some of them were encouraging it.
See, my youngest caught a little bit of hell moving out here because he is on the lighter side of the scale than everybody else.
And
some
of our kids
the
are
darker
fair
kids,
skin.
Right.
The darker kids were kind of making fun of him because he's blonde haired, and blue eyes,
freckled.
Yeah, and my son was like, "Well, listen, we can do something, we can not do something." But he says, "I'm not gonna start nothing.
Ain't gonna be nothing."
Yeah. Right. But
I'm not gonna sit up here and
okay. If even these aren't my kids, I'm out walking on the park. And I see kids fighting. As an adult, I'm going to go and break it up because that's, they have no reason to fight. And, you break it up because it's not the right thing to do in society.
Well, see, I have to take into account the size of these individuals because I'm not the biggest girl in the world.
No, true. But any fight, what I'm saying is any fight that initially starts as an adult, I'm going to stop it. Not egg it on. I'm going to stop it. They shouldn't be fighting in public, number one. And that isn't the type of behavior we want to see in society.
No, because you shouldn't have to act like an animal.
But you see all these young mothers that are condoning the fighting.
But it's not even just young mothers. Like the guy that was in Vegas, he was out on the strip, just him and his wife having a good time. Some dude just walked up, sucker punched him, and the poor dude died.
Right.
I'm like, what?
Yeah, that happened.
I was like, what? And he just hit him in the right place. We've become this animalistic society, and I think it's escalated because of World Star. Not solely blaming World Star, but we've turned it into where we're sensationalizing fights because look, it's on Love and Hip Hop, and then they had to turn around and put a clause in everybody's contract that they can't fight on TV no more.
Right. Basketball wives.
Yeah,
people with money, and
you have to put instructions for people that you can't fight on TV. I mean, look at when Jerry Springer was on. Everybody was brawling on
Right.
"You Are Not the Father," and it was like,
right, bam, 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 right.
Yeah, if you got called to go on Jerry Springer, to wear sweats, put your hair back in the ponytail, because you already know it's going to be some drama.
One of my life bucket, deep secret, one of my life bucket wishes is to go on Jerry Springer. Or be in the audience, not go on it, but be in the audience.
You know what? I did that.
Yeah. Did you go to the thing where they had the military tickets?
Wild.
Yes.
No thanks. I will never do that again.
Well, I heard when you're in line waiting to get in, that's where a lot of stuff happens too.
It was a lot.
Really.
It was too much.
Okay,
it was too much.
So let me ask you this: you have daughters and you have sons, but let me ask you about your daughters in general. Mm-hmm. Have they been in any fights in school?
No, not that I know of. No.
Not that you know of. No. Any detention?
No.
Did your daughter ever pack a backpack and you gave her the school clothes you wanted her to wear, then she puts her clothes in the backpack and goes to school anyway? So what makes your parenting skills so successful when it comes to that?
Says, well, I'm hoping that they'll be successful.
I mean, you're doing right.
Yeah, you're doing something right.
Thank God. That's God.
That's God, okay.
That's God. I just listen to him. That's all God. That's God.
Okay.
Like my youngest daughter, she only had one B in her life, and she cried.
Right. She broke down.
Yeah,
right?
my son
She
got
broke
his
down.
first C, and it was the end of the world, boy.
She got a B plus. She punished herself.
Right.
Yeah.
I got B plus. Like it was like the horror movie for her.
He unplugged the Apple TV, gave
Right.
because he
Buckled down. Yeah, he buckled down. He said, "This ain't working anymore. This formula, how to do
I
this
was
video
like,
games."
oh my
Okay.
goodness, sorry.
Now, I have a lot of girl cousins and stuff like that, and some of these girls were the most intelligent girls at the time going to school, straight A students. Mm-hmm. Then, for some reason, this straight A student is attracted to these knuckleheads that aren't going anywhere, and then their lives are ruined because they have babies by them, and then they get on the system and whatever the deal is. Not saying that that's going to be your scenario. Have you had a talk with your daughter in regards to how to decipher and ask questions? If a guy say he works at a certain place, maybe you might want to go and check it out. I trust you, honey, but I want to verify.
I do talk to my daughters about that, and most of the time they've been doing so well with deciphering the difference. So I like to just watch and see which one they pick. Mm-hmm. But I do have input, and we do talk about it. Mm-hmm. So, but I do believe, though, too, sometimes you just need to awaken that other person, though, too. And you have to speak things into life, into the person who you're going to choose to be with. Okay. See if they have any dreams or aspirations or anything they want to do, or if they just want to sit there and just pop mollies and drink or smoke weed or play games all the time. That ain't the one for you.
I mean, my cousin, I told you, my cousin was like that. He was into that whole gang thing. He went to jail. He was in jail for a good long time, and he got out, and he met, his now wife, and she got him right together. Right. And they've been together, and his life is so much better.
But why is it that in our community, specifically the black community, is it that we keep perpetuating the same cycle over and over again?
A lot of it is because they don't leave they don't leave the hood. Mm-hmm. And when you don't leave the hood, everyone will have that Ricky. Everybody will have that Ricky. But, it's you stay within the confines of the hood.
You don't know what's out there.
You see these things on TV, or you have a relative, they may have stepped out and
they're doing well.
And they're doing well, but they did well because of X, Y, and the Z, and they think the X, Y, and the Z is not attainable to them. Or they are afraid of going outside of what their norm is. Mm. And then by the time, I have, again, cousins. My family is from Compton, from LA. So, they are deep in the 962. And it took them to be in their 30s and their 40s. And I have
to wake up.
My aunt. They all still live in the hood.
I've been in Moreno Valley for 40 years.
But my aunt's been a paralegal forever. She's worked in the law office. She don't bring that hood stuff. Stops at her door. Don't bring that to her house, and she'll tell you point blank and period. Don't bring that mess to my house. And all of her kids are all college graduates in the hood. That's because my grandmother pushed her kids to be greater than what they were, and then, of course, my mom and her 6 siblings all pushed their kids. To be except for my Auntie Mary, but that's another excuse. But but my Auntie Mary's kids got it together later on. So for some, they push their kids to be better, but that has to come from the home. Sometimes, for the most part, it has to come from the home. And for some people, they get it from outside the home, depending on, if they, like I've had friends that join the military, still have that hood, that hood mentality. And then they get to like Germany and then their eyes are open, oh wow, there's, I want to, there's heaven outside the ghetto, and there is.
Right. And so if your situation and your daughter brings home something that is probably less desirable than what she deserves, what would be your response to that?
Man.
You just be trying to keep your patience and keep cool? Or what?
No, we'll have our talks.
I love him, Mama. I love him, Mama.
Ultimately, it is going to be her decision because whatever you force down somebody's throat, they're
going to rebel on intentionally.
Might rebel.
Intentionally.
So
make it worse.
But we do have there's options out there.
Okay.
There's other options out there. I don't want you, just like what you said, get used to just sticking in this box because this is all you know of and this is all you see.
And we do, as a community, have a problem with putting ourselves in a box. We can't, and then you say, oh, you talk white, or oh, you do this. Being eclectic, with your music, or being eclectic with anything, or liking the arts and sciences, and, doing something outside of what is typically black is never a bad thing. It's always, you should always be open to learn and experience more in life because that's how you grow, and I've always been that one that, oh, she talks white, okay. So me, articulating a sentence, is a problem for you. I don't know how that's a problem because the way my English is set up.
Right, you're educated, yeah, whatever. Real quick, we got 2 minutes left. I want to ask you guys for a quick beauty tip that you might want to put out there for some people. Maybe their weave ain't on tight, or
the weave.
I'm sorry. I know, I do, but I'm just trying to help out. Maybe they're putting on too much eyeshadow. Any tips that you might have heard of, or something that you've noticed out there that maybe young girls might want to. Maybe I'll give you an example. Here's a quick. Pull your goddamn pants up, you young men. That's my tip.
Okay. Drink a lot of water.
Okay. Yeah.
Get your rest.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Make sure you sleep good, and exercise.
Okay.
Eat well.
Okay.
Mental too.
Indian clay mask, oil, and ivory. That's it.
All right, we're going to get more into that in the second half. We're going to pay some bills real quick. We have Miss Deja and Tay Wilder giving us the thing, and they're taking their Game of Thrones day and coming out to give you guys this information.
Man.
But in our second hour, we are going to talk about some quick tips that might help you guys look at some things and some observation. We're going to talk about some observations and things that are going on, and maybe some destinations that people don't think about that they can do that's expensive, because we are in Moreno Valley.
Can I talk about my future vacation?
Absolutely. We're going to get into that in the second hour, and again, we're going to talk about some positive things other than criticizing that can do to help you love the skin you're in, because the big question is, we're going to uplift. So, and that's Miss Deja's biggest thing, and we're going to give her the moderator's chair, and she could kind of lead us into that in the second hour. Then. Donovan Sadiq, loving the skin I'm in. You guys stay tuned.